Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Wow, that's history. Please subscribe and share this video. History of Ukraine. Prehistoric times. The territory of present-day Ukraine has been inhabited since ancient times. Archaeological evidence shows that human settlements existed in Ukraine as far back as the Paleolithic era, and various Neolithic cultures, such as the Trypillians, emerged in the region around 5000 BC. These early cultures engaged in agriculture, animal husbandry, and trade, and left behind impressive artifacts and structures. Antiquity. During antiquity, Ukraine was home to several advanced civilizations. The Scythians, a nomadic warrior culture, dominated the region from the 7th century BC to the 3rd century AD. They were known for their skilled horsemanship, craftsmanship, and trade. The Scythians left behind rich burial sites with intricate golden artifacts, which are considered masterpieces of ancient art. In the 3rd century AD, the Goths, another nomadic people, migrated into Ukraine, and their kingdom, known as the Gothic Kingdom of Oyam, flourished in the region for several centuries. However, by the 4th century, the Goths were displaced by the Huns, an Asiatic nomadic tribe. Kyivan Rus. In the 9th century, the region came under the influence of the Kyivan Rus, an East Slavic state centered around the city of Kiev. The Kyivan Rus was founded by the Varangians, Scandinavian warriors who settled in the region and established a federation of Slavic and Viking tribes. The Kyivan Rus grew into a powerful state, known for its trade, agriculture, and architecture. During the reign of Grand Prince Volodymyr the Great, 980-1015, the Kyivan Rus converted to Christianity, adopting the Byzantine Orthodox Christianity as its state religion. This had a profound impact on the culture and society of the Kyivan Rus and marked the beginning of the Christianization of the Slavic peoples of Eastern Europe. The Kyivan Rus reached its peak of prosperity and cultural development in the 10th and 11th centuries. It had strong trade links with other European states and played a vital role in the development of Eastern Slavic culture and identity. However, internal conflicts and external invasions from Mongols weakened the Kyivan Rus, and in 1240, Kyiv was sacked by the Mongols, leading to the fragmentation of the state into several principalities. Mongol domination and foreign domination. Following the Mongol invasion, the Kyivan Rus disintegrated into various principalities that were often vying for power and influence. In the 14th century, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, which included most of present-day western and central Ukraine, incorporated many of the Kyivan Rus territories. The Lithuanian rulers granted considerable autonomy to the nobility and the Orthodox Church, which helped to preserve the distinct cultural and religious identity of the Ukrainian people. In 1386, the Union of Kyiv was signed between the Grand Duchy of Lithuania and the Kingdom of Poland, creating a personal union between the two states. This led to increased Polish influence over the Ukrainian territories, as well as attempts to impose Catholicism on the Orthodox population, which created tensions and conflicts. In 1569, the Union of Lublin was signed, formally establishing the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, a federal state that included a significant portion of Ukraine. The Polish nobility dominated the Commonwealth, while the Ukrainian nobility, known as the Cossacks, sought to defend their rights and liberties from Polish oppression. The Cossacks emerged as a significant social and military force in Ukraine, known for their semi-nomadic lifestyle and military skills. Khmelnytsky Uprising and Cossack Hetmanate. In the mid-17th century, a series of events led to a major uprising against Polish oppression in Ukraine. In 1648, Bohdan Khmelnytsky, a Cossack hetman, leader, led a revolt known as the Khmelnytsky Uprising. The uprising aimed to establish an independent Cossack hetmanate in Ukraine, free from Polish domination. The uprising was fueled by social, religious, and political grievances, as well as a desire to protect the Orthodox faith and Ukrainian culture. The Khmelnytsky uprising lasted for several years and resulted in significant gains for the Cossacks, who established the Cossack Hetmanate as an autonomous state covering most of present-day central and eastern Ukraine. However, the Hetmanate faced internal conflicts and external threats from various powers, including Poland, Russia, and the Ottoman Empire. In 1654, the Hetmanate signed the Treaty of Pereyaslav with the Russian Tsar, seeking protection against Polish aggression. However, the treaty led to further wars and conflicts, and the Hetmanate was eventually divided between Poland and Russia by the Treaty of Andrasovo in 1667. Russian and Austrian Empire. In the late 17th and 18th centuries, Ukraine remained a battleground between the Russian and Polish forces, with multiple wars and partitions taking place. In 1772, 1793, and 1795, Poland was progressively partitioned by Russia, Prussia, and Austria, resulting in the complete dissolution of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. As a result, the Ukrainian territories were divided among these powers, with the western regions falling under Austrian rule and the eastern regions under Russian control. Under Austrian and Russian rule, Ukraine experienced cultural and social changes. The Austrian Empire implemented a policy of religious tolerance and promoted education and economic development in western Ukraine, while the Russian Empire sought to assimilate the Orthodox population in eastern Ukraine and suppress Ukrainian culture and identity. Despite these challenges, Ukrainian culture and national consciousness survived, and a cultural awakening, known as the Ukrainian National Revival, emerged in the 19th century. This period saw the rise of prominent Ukrainian intellectuals, writers, and scholars who sought to revive and promote Ukrainian language, culture, and history. 20th century. The 20th century brought significant changes and challenges to Ukraine. During World War I, Ukraine experienced political upheaval, and several attempts were made to establish an independent Ukrainian state. In 1917, the Ukrainian National Republic was proclaimed, but it was short-lived and faced internal conflicts and external threats from various powers, including Bolshevik Russia and Poland. In 1922, Ukraine became a founding member of the Soviet Union, and the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic was established as a constituent republic of the USSR. However, the Soviet rule brought repression, collectivization, and forced industrialization, resulting in widespread suffering and famine, known as the Holodomor, in the 1930s, which resulted in the deaths of millions of Ukrainians. During World War II, Ukraine was occupied by Nazi Germany, and the Ukrainian territories experienced immense suffering and devastation. The war resulted in millions of deaths, including the Holocaust, where hundreds of thousands of Jews were systematically murdered by the Nazis and their collaborators in Ukraine. Ukraine also became a battleground between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, with many Ukrainians joining both sides of the conflict. After World War II, Ukraine remained a part of the Soviet Union until its dissolution in 1991. In August 1991, Ukraine declared independence from the Soviet Union, becoming a sovereign state. However, the early years of independence were marked by economic challenges, political instability, and social changes. Ukraine went through various political transformations, with different leaders.